Hello guys, warm welcome to you all. So I will just quickly introduce ourselves. So my name is Priyank Ingle and with me my colleague Mr. Sugat Kamble. So I'm working as an application engineer in Beacon SolidWorks and I majorly look after all the PDM related activities in Beacon, and Mr. Sugat will look after all the electrical activities in Beacon SolidWorks. That's a quick nutshell about us. So about today's webinar, we are going to present you that how you can manage your SolidWorks electrical files within SolidWorks PDM efficiently. So just a quick introduction before that. So, did you know that SolidWorks PDM product data management also manages your SolidWorks electrical files? And if you are using SolidWorks Electrical and SolidWorks PDM and you are not managing your files in the vault, then you are missing out this great functionality. So the setup and process might be easier than you think. So that's what we are going to explain you in this webinar, and we are mainly focusing on the how to manage our electrical files in product data management. So we'll go through a quickly agenda. So first we'll go through what SolidWorks PDM and what SolidWorks Electrical is. In this we will explain you the fundamentals of both PDM and electrical. Then we will see how you will get secure access in SolidWorks PDM by login and logout process. Then what are the different methods of integration and how those methods will help you managing those electrical files that Mr. Sugat will take that up. Then further we will see the different capabilities and benefits of SolidWorks PDM plus electrical within your organization. And in the end, we will have a quick Q&A session. In this session, you can post all your questions and all your reservations and in the chat box, and we will answer them in the end of this session. So starting with the basics, what SolidWorks PDM is. So PDM stands for Product Data Management, and it is a business functionality within PLM. So we can say it is a subset of PLM. Now you may ask what is PLM? So PLM is a product lifecycle management. So whenever your product goes from its design stage to its scrapping stage, PLM plays its major role in that. It is solely responsible for the management and publication of your product data. It also serves as a central knowledge repository for process and product history and promotes the integration and data exchange amongst all the business users who interact with the products. So how it can serves as a central repository. So it has a proper architecture that we called it as a archive server as a central repository, and that archive server connects to all the users. So that's why we called it as a central repository, and via this archive server you can share your files amongst all the users. It mainly focuses on capturing and maintaining the product information and development and its useful life. So the product data management, what the product data management is. So PDM is designed by the SolidWorks exclusively for a data management system. So many of you are using the network access storage device to access files. So this is the architecture. So whenever you access a file over or across your network, this must follow this process. So when you open a file from your server, your file goes to your server network card, then it goes to your router switch hub, then it goes to your local network card, and it comes to your local RAM. And it should follow the same process when you push your file towards the server. So if you have an antivirus in your system, it will act as a threat to the external files, and it will restrict those files to come to your local system. Also, save rebuild is a computer intense operation in this process. So in PDM, when you open a file on your local system, so in PDM, file comes to your local cache. That means you are working locally on your system. So all those processes getting eliminated, and file directly comes to your local cache. So you can work on your local cache and push those files towards the server. So you will get a performance gain using the SolidWorks PDM. So the motto of the SolidWorks PDM is vault centrally and work locally. This means your all the files are getting stored into your central repository, and you are working locally on your system. So these are some processes that we are going to explain you in the further presentations. So the SolidWorks PDM is a data management solution which includes the two major important processes, which is check-in and check-out. So I will explain you further. So it is integrated within your Windows Explorer interface. So you don't need to learn so much of a things. So you can have a implement the PDM in your organization, and it will be ready to use. So this is the interface looks like. So you will get a secure access in the SolidWorks PDM. So how you will get a secure access? So you will get this window like username and password. So we'll have something called it as a username and password. So we'll create a username and password inside the SolidWorks PDM so that the right data to right people at right time. So I'll show you how you will log in into the vault. So you can see on my screen that this is my vault. So I will just say login. So this is my username. So I'm logging in as an admin. So I don't have any password. So I'll just say login. After double click, you can see this is my main vault view. So this is how it looks like. So all the main folder structure you will get inside here. So you can manage your projects in the design folder. Then there is a SolidWorks library, manufacturing part data, then the main library, then the electrical projects. So these all are my main folders. So further, I'm going to hand over this presentation to Mr. Sugat Kamble. In this, he will explain you how this integration works and the different methods of integrations. So Sugat, please take that up.
Yeah, thanks, Priya. So let me just showcase you what is the SolidWorks Electrical. Before we see the integration with the SolidWorks PDM, we must know about that the SolidWorks Electrical. So this is a electrical tool where we can perform a drawing stage. In the drawing stage means we are going to be set up a logical definition where we are going to be select a different types of part and wires, and we generate a GA drawing as well. Once you're done with the drawing stage, we are going to be generate a documentation phase. If you are consider a non-parametric tool rather than electrical, so we are going to be generate a documents where we generate a bill of material in some other tool where we are going to be Excel. We are generate a list of wire cable list. Also we are generate a from to list where we mention the all of the connection list whatever we are using into the drawing stage. So once you done with the drawing and documentation phase, we must do the audit stage, because there are the connection between the drawing and documentation phase. So we must check the connection, or we are going to be verify this connection. So this is the time consuming step where we are going to be do in the non-parametric tool. So what if we have the SolidWorks Electrical? For example, I have a SolidWorks Electrical and I am going to do a project in the SolidWorks Electrical schematic or a 3D. So with the help of SolidWorks Electrical, you can only focus on the drawing stage. Whatever the drawing you are going to be generate, with the help of the library, with the help of the manufacturing part properties, that will be totally reflect into your documentation phase, because this documentation phase is fully automated and you don't need to do any manual work into the another software. So just because the drawing and documentation phase is fully connected and it is a error prone, so audit stage will be totally neglected here. You don't need to put your extra efforts and extra time into the audit phase. So we can say that SolidWorks Electrical is fully automated and those error prone and time consuming steps. So this is the SolidWorks Electrical is collaboratively work with your PDM. But before shifted on to the PDM, let me just showcase you how we can design or how the SolidWorks Electrical actually look like. So this is my software. You can able to see this is my project. Okay, so here is some pages I have already opened, so you can able to see. In that way you can manage your GA, as well as in the power scheme you can able to see is that like I can create my schematic, as well as you can use the control wiring schematic as well. Whatever the schematic you have prepared here, that will be reflected into your a documentation in the bill of material as well. So here is I can you can see that is the bill of material I have. So here we can see the library section. We have the dedicated library. For example, circuit breaker. Here is the lots of circuit breaker we have. Then we have different types of sensors library are available with us. Then there are the measurement equipments, as also PLCs are also available with us. And apart from this, we have a 2D footprint management. Those 2D footprints where we are going to be generate a GA. So that time these 2D footprints are useful to manage your GA as well. Also there are just a second. Okay, there are manufacturer part management library with us. So whatever the symbol you are going to be select, that manufacturer part will be directly associated from the library. So here is the reference number of the, for example, this is the reference number of Siemens, which is going to be used into your library. So you can utilize this from here. So you can manage this library. You can download the content from the electrical content portal, or you can add it through the Excel file also. You can add it manually also. So this is the key features of the SolidWorks Electrical. If you check here, if I have added some contactor, so you can see this is my ABB manufacturer part. I can directly associate it from the library, and that will be reflected into my viewer. Okay. So let me just shift on the presentation. So we can say that whatever changes if I am going to do in my any page, so it is a totally collaboratively work. For example, if I do changes in the SLD, then it will be reflected into my all other document. If I do changes in my multi-line schematic, so it will be to reflect into my BOM as well as the SLD, and also it will give the preview of the changing change part file into my electrical 3D as well. Okay, so today's agenda is how we can manage our electrical file in the SolidWorks PDM. So there are method of integration we are going to be see. So if we have the configuration link up with the SolidWorks PDM, then there are some basic steps or basic advanced method that we are going to be see. First method is a basic which we can normally export into the folder, but if we have the SolidWorks PDM and it is integrated with the SolidWorks Electrical, then there are some advanced method which can directly export to the PDM world. Those methods are known as you can use the updated file for PDM button, as well as you can use the check-in and check-out method. Both method work same, but you can use any one of these if you want to manage a electrical file into your PDM world. So let me just shift on my software and I will show you how it can be done. So in the tools section, here is the tab of the link to PDM configuration. Once you click here, here is the option in the advanced tab, export to PDM world. So if I click here on the files button, So here is the vault where we are going to be select. So Priyank has already logged in the beacon vault. So I'm going to select this vault, and here is the subfolder for the project you can able to select. So if I click here, and if I want to add some another folder, so I can manage this. I will just select on the new folder option here. I can just enter project 006 here. Okay, I can select on the select folder, click on the select folder, and I will just click OK. Once I click OK, this data will be saved in the PDM vault. The vault data will be saved on the PDM vault. We will showcase you. So once you have done the schematic into your SolidWorks electrical, let me just showcase you that I can simply add some macro here. I can just simply click here, do add here, click on the finish tab. So as like this, you can use the macro. I can just update the terminal strip drawing because I have added some X1 terminal strip number here. Then I can simply update the bill of material because I have adding some manufacturer part, so the bill of material should be updated. Then I will click and go on the electrical project. So if I click on the same project, here is the option that shows the update file for PDM. So if I click this on the update file for PDM and I will click on the OK, so this project will be automatically closed because it is going to close to allow in the check-in mode. So if I click on the close, the project will be automatically closed, and it is going to be export the all document and it will be saved into your PDM vault. So now you can able to see it is going to export the project archive. Means it is a format of the electrical project where you can save your archive file, main project file into your vault. Then it is going to be export in the PDF. Whatever the pages you have done, the automatically PDF conversion will be done here. Also, it can be convert all these electrical file in DWG or DXF format. Okay, so once you done here, you can able to check in the design. If I click here in the project 006, I can open this. This is my sample project PDM. If I open this, this is the archive subfolder are available. So this is my main folder I have. Then if I click on the PDF, so this is my whole PDF will be generated here. So in the preview tab, you can able to see all my PDF are looking like this. So this is my actually power scheme, this is my control scheme, this is my terminal strip, GA drawing, and my bill of material. So as like this, you can manage or you can convert all document within a one click. Also, if you want to check on a DXF or DWG mode, then it is also possible. So this is my DWG file. You don't need have any other tool which is going to be view or for the viewing purpose. It is an inbuilt feature we have with the PDM. So don't need to use any other software for this. So this is the DWG file which we have converted here. After that, let me just show you. Okay, this is the update file for PDM. Then we will show you how we can do the same with the help of check-in checkout methods. So for this, I am going to select on the tool link to the PDM configuration and I will select on the check-in checkout button. Okay, so I will just click on the no for the read document. Okay, I will click on the OK tab. I will just click and open the same project I have. So for just time being, let me just open the project. Let me just add some information here. For example, I can just simply add another feeder circuit here. Okay, once you click OK, click on the finish tab. So this is my all changes I have done here. Okay, now I can just simply update my reports from here. If I update the report, that will be also updated into my vault. So once you have done some changes here, okay, in the GA drawing also you can able to see this is my GA, how we can manage this. Let me just delete this 2D footprint and let me just add and show you this functionality also. So this is my circuit breaker. I can just click and add and place it over here. As like this, you can manage. I can just insert here the F1, F2, and this is in same that way you can also add the rest of the things. But today's agenda is we are going to be see how it can be reflected into your PDM. So we just jump back to on our main motto. So if I have done some changes as per my requirement, now if I click on the electrical project and if I select the project, now it is going to be showcase you the check-in and check-out mode. Okay, so this project will help you to directly check in the PDM vault and the project will be saved. Okay, so I'm going to be click on the check-in tab. So as similar as it is going to be close the project before the checking, I am going to be close this. Once you close this, it will be asking for the connect. I will just click on the OK. Now it is going to be show the two options, project in progress and project completed. So this is the one advanced option you will get in the check-in checkout method. So still you are working or still you don't get the approval from your manager or approval management, then you just click on the project in progress. So you can able to work further. If your project has been approved, then just click on the project complete. Let me just showcase you the project in progress. So if I click on the project in progress, same functionality will be work here. All the archive file will be saved in the same PDM vault, whatever the folder you have selected, and also it will create a DWG file. It will create a PDF file, as well as if you have the 3D file, that will be also updated if you done some changes here. So in that manner, all the project will be managed here. And the another option that we are going to, if you are going to be submit, then how it will be reflected, that is also will be show to you once you have done. Okay, let me just click on the design part first, then I will just open the project 006. I can just open the PDF here. If I open the PDF, you can able to see this is my third feeder where I am going to be where I was add after the check-in checkout before the check-in checkout process, and it will be directly reflected here. So same as that, whatever the changes you have done in the software, that will be reflected into your vault and reflect into your documentation. Okay, now let me just show you that how it will be reflect if I select on the second option, which is a project is completed. So my project is completed, I will get the approval and I need to be sent for the fabrication or the manufacturing process. I will select on the complete project. Now the same procedure will be happen, but it is not going to be allow you for the editing the project. Okay, because it is going to be show you in the checkout mode, but if we directly click on the check-in mode, it will be removed from your database. Until and unless if you want to work, you have to click on the checkout mode first, and then only you will work on your project. So here you can see this project is completely uh, this project is not shown here. Also if you click on the all project, also it is not showing here because we are totally in the check-in mode. So once in that option, you can use this, you can simply check it the project from here only the vault. And if you want to use this in a check-in mode, if you want to rework in this, just click on the checkout tab and you can able to check out through the archive folder. So in that way you can manage. So if I click on the open tab, this is going to be unarchive my project, and I am going to able to rework or change my whatever the documentation I needed. I can change this. do not update, and you can able to change. So this is the actual method we are going to be work, where we are going to be used in update PDM file as well as the check in check out button. So okay, so once you done this, there are some workflow we are going to be follow. That it is a internal process which you are going to follow within your company. Also inside the PDM, you can create unlimited workflows. Then also you can integrate email notification electronically within the workflow. So you don't need to communicate on our email. Also you can set up an electronic signature. Also you have the capabilities that you can produce a automatic stamping also, and we can say this is the way you can customize it in your own way. So that's the feature. If you work your electrical project of the with the SolidWorks PDM, then this feature will totally helpful for you. Then this is the actually the SolidWorks PDM Professional. You can convert any of the SolidWorks electrical file in the PDF and as well as the DWG file. Okay, you can create a PDF if you have the draft site. Then you can also create a PDF. Also, if you we have showcased you that the electrical schematic to direct PDF conversion is possible. Office to PDF is also possible. You can print your task. You have an automated print job. You can set up that way, and you can print the task also. And this is the output file format which we have available, and in that format you can you can save your file as per your requirement. Okay, so this is till now we have showcased you how you can manage your project. So this is the key benefits. So till now we have showcased you the overall system design plan, where how we can use the library symbol and how we can manage your library also, as well as how you can create a schematic and rest of the documentation also. Also you can create a PDF and DWG collection creation with the help of PDF. Also we have the synchronized library. Whatever the library you are going to be changed into your SolidWorks electrical, that will be totally update into your PDF. Also the bill of material will be totally automatically possible. And also if you have the 3D component or the 3D design which is comes under the ECAD MCAD collaboration, then also it is possible. Then we can say that these are, with the help of this feature, the data research time is very less. Design cycle time is also less, because the minor changes or major changes can be easily done with the help of these features. The design error will be less, because we are not going to be do any manual work here. Also the cost of rejection or the rework is neglected. The manufacturing and the material cost is also low, and the overall project cycle time is very less. So these are all the key features we have explained you. So from here I will hand over this session to Priyank, so he will explain you further.
So thank you, Sugat, for showing us the different methods of integration and how it works. So further, we will going to see the how you can see the preview tabs. So as Sugat shown you, there are some preview tabs, as you can see the below of your SolidWorks window screen. That you can in this preview tab you can view, measure your CAD data, you can view configurations, or you can collaborate with the markups also. Let's say if you send this file to your respective checker or design manager, and he want to show you some changes, he can do some markup on that file with the help of eDrawing Professional, and he can send it back to you in the editing state again. So it not only supports to the SolidWorks native files, but also it supports to your eDrawing native files with also DXF, DWG. It also supports to your Pro E files, then 3D XML, STL files, and the CAL files. So CAL files are your simply image files. So I'll show you how it works. So this is my PDF file, and you can see that I can see my PDF files as well. Also, if I have a SolidWorks native files, I can see that as well. So I will just show you how you can see that. So here I have a few files. As you can see, this is my assembly. And I can see my assembly in my preview tab. I can rotate my assembly, or I can measure also, I can move, I can explore. So as you can see, it is integrated with eDrawing Professional, and all the key functions of eDrawing Professional you can try it over here. So the next thing is the data card. So data card is nothing but the information related to that file. So let's say if you are sending this file to your respective checker or approver, and how he will get to know that this file is related to this project, or it has some key features. So he will get to know with the help of the data card. So you can see, so this is the data card tab, and you can see all the information related to this assembly, as this assembly is related to the conveyor belt. Then the vendor is beacon, then the project name is PLC control panel, and all these things you can actually customize it as your own way. So this is a tailor-made software, and you can customize it. So the next preview tab is the version tab. So inside the version tab, as you can see, the local version is 5, the latest version is 5. It is showing me the workflow, the current state that it is under approval process. So let's say I want to move to my version number 3. So I will just go to my history of this file, and I will get the complete history of my file, that who has created this file, then the initial transition that it is under editing. And let's say I want to jump on my version number 2. I will select this is my version number 2, and I will say just get this version. As you can see, it is jumped to version number 2, and this message shows me that you do not have the latest version of this file on your local hard disk. So again, to get the latest version of this file, I will just simply click on the get latest version. So this is how you can manage your version control or your versions of this file. So the next tab is the bill of material. So you can directly get your bill of material in the bill of material tab whenever you click on the assembly. Let's say I want to create an Excel file from this bill of material. I will just simply say open in a CSV file. I want to create a CSV file in the Excel. So my Excel is getting created automatically, as you can see over here. So you can save this data. Then the next tab is the contents tab. So contents tab shows me that the parts related to this assembly and the contents of this assembly, that what are the contents of this assembly, and what are those things. So I will just say I want to see this part, so I will just say browse to. So it will directly go to the location of this part file. Then the next tab is the where use tab. As you can see, this is my part which is used in this assembly. So if I use this part in the multiple assembly, then the multiple assemblies will be there. So the next thing is the capabilities and benefits of the having your SolidWorks PDM. So first thing is the shorter productivity curve. So we can implement this PDM solution in the shorter period of time, or it will take a longer. That too depend on your current data set and what are the data set you follow, or how much data you have in your company. Then the next thing is the powerful search tool. So let's take an example over here. So in the Windows Explorer, you can only search a file with its file name only. But but let's say if you forgot a file name and you don't know its file name, you only know its material, and you have supplied that file to a customer 3 years ago, how you will find out that file? So we have a capability inside the PDM. So you can search a file with the help of different parameters. You can enter those material or material name or the project name, and with the help of this, you can search those files. Then the data connectivity is easier. Then you will get the granular security. So every user will get their login ID and password. With the help of their login ID and password, they can log into their vault and they can see those files. Then the flexible workflow. So this workflow is also customizable. We can customize it as your own way. Then the data replication is easier, and it is a scalable solution. So these are some more capabilities and benefits. So in addition to the SolidWorks PDM also supports the non-CAD files. So it supports to your Microsoft Office document, Outlook messages. Then it supports to your XML files, images, media files. SolidWorks it obviously supports to your native SolidWorks files, AutoCAD, Inventor, Pro E, Solid Edge, and PDF. So the key benefits of having a SolidWorks PDM is you can track and manage all your changes to file related data. As we have already seen that you can track and manage history of your documents. You can spend less time in organizing and tracking this design data. You will get a faster engineering process. You can improve your productivity through reuse of your product design data. Also, your users can work into collaborative way. That's why we can enhance the collaboration with the CAD and non-CAD departments. So you can involve your sales department, purchase department inside this SolidWorks PDM, because it not only supports to SolidWorks, but it can be support to your Office files as well. You can improve your searching and retrieving data. You can automate the communication with all departments, so you don't need to communicate over an email. We can just simply add your users electronically within the workflows. So let's say you want to send this file to a particular user, you can select this file, and that notification he will get through your mail transfer protocol on his mail ID. We can have an engineering change process, or we can customize it at your own way, or we can integrate it inside your current workflow. Then now I would like to ask you a question, that where would you like to work without PDM, where all the documents are stacked up like this and creates a confusion, or with PDM where file comes to you in the organized way? Now we can have a quickly Q&A session. You can reserve your questions, or you can ask your questions inside the chat box. So any questions, guys? So there is one question from Sheshadri, that how many system can a single PDM license cover? So Sheshadri, you can install this PDM software into multiple system. Let's say you have 5 PDM licenses in your loop. So at a time you can use 5 licenses, but you can install it into your multiple systems. So there is a question from Jintu, that is the output file generated is in the editable format. I mean, the PDF generated is editable. No, sir, the PDF generated is not editable. If you want to edit this, you need to check out this file first. Then you can open this PDF file into your Adobe, and in the Adobe edit mode, you can edit these files. Okay, so there's one more question from Chintu's side. So using Adobe, it is editable. How come the data is secure? So we have something called it as permissions. So we can remove certain permissions for a certain users. Like if you want to share a file with the help with some ABC person, or you can control this with the help of certain permission. You can only keep a read only permission to them, so he cannot edit this file. Then there is one more question from Sheshadri side, that can you mention the system requirement for to install the PDM software? Yes, Sheshadri, we can have a one-on-one session on this, and we can send it to you. Then there is one more question from the Jintu side. Can we save the file to a local storage? Yes, you can save a file to your local storage. So it works as a just normal as a Windows. You can just copy your files from PDM and you can save it on your local storage. So I hope I am able to answer your questions, all of your questions. So if you have any other questions, you can contact us on these contact details. So we have our number and our emails. So you can directly contact us there, or you can call us. So thank you guys. Thank you for all of your time. Thank you all.